Hi, I'm Insomniac and welcome to my channel. It is May the 4th today and it's a little after 2 p.m. So, been quite busy this week already and we're only on Wednesday. I'm extremely tired so I don't have much energy at all today. The past couple of weeks I've been struggling to stay up past 7 p.m. Last night actually I went to bed at 6 something p.m. I still only sleep for like a couple of hours and then wake and then up down and then I give up now at about between 12 a.m. and 1 a.m. now. So yeah, I'm probably gaining about the same amount of sleep, maybe a tiny bit more. Because I'm going to bed sooner, it feels like I'm up a lot longer because I'm up much earlier in the morning. Yeah, so I had my appointment, as I said, with my psychiatrist coming up. It was going to be a telephone consultation, and that got cancelled and rescheduled for May 18th, telephone consultation again. Well, I ended up calling the outpatient line. I ended up calling them and saying, look, I ordinarily wouldn't complain, but I feel I really do need to be put on a mood stabiliser. I've been rapid cycling, blah, blah, blah. I've got my depot at 12:30. Is there any way I can have somebody call me or see somebody around that time? So I'm not up there twice in one day. They were really good and they got back to me about an hour before my appointment. At like my depot appointment, they got back to me about an hour before then and said, you know what, yeah, we've booked you in with a nurse prescriber and yeah, they'll see you. You can relay your concerns to them. So I had my depot first. They did my height and weight. Weight's come down a tiny bit, 55.4 or 6. Can't remember, I didn't write it down. And my blood pressure, they were concerned about. Now, before giving up smoking, my blood pressure was always low, like very low, sort of around 100, 105 over 60 usually, and a pulse of, when I'm there, because white collar syndrome, is around 75, 77. And yesterday the heartbeats per minute were fine, 77, which for me is actually palpitations, but according to them it's just normal. Yeah, it was 139 over 90 something. I haven't looked that up, but they said it was high, and especially for me. But like I said, since giving up smoking, I now go between low and hypertension. So I think that may have been hypertension or the higher end of hypertension, which is why they said it was high. For me, they said if it's that high again, they'll contact my GP. I keep going off topic and I'm trying to think. So yeah, I had my injection and everything, and then saw the nurse prescriber. Very nice person, haven't met them before. Listened to my sort of background info, read up on me before I saw him as well, which to me is always a bonus because it means you don't have to explain quite as much, and they're a little familiar with your case when you go in. That's always good. He wanted to know triggers, things like that. I mentioned a few things, and yeah, he showed me in the book. I was there probably for about an hour, but to summarise, he did show me his sort of like book, and I didn't see which one it was, but something to do with mental health, and it said rapid cycling, and he twisted it around and showed it to me. He goes, what does that say there? And I said rapid cycling something basically along the lines of, if they're on an antidepressant, take them off it like now. And no, it didn't say that. It said, it did say something about antidepressants, like don't give them antidepressants, or if they're on antidepressants, get them off, something along those lines. So yeah, we've decided I'm going to halve my, no, I'm on 150 milligrams of trazodone a day at the moment. He wants that lowered to 100 milligrams once a day for, I think he said, for 2 weeks. And then after that, down to 50 milligrams, and then nothing, to get off of that one, because it isn't helping with depression anyway. If it was, they may have considered swapping it for something else, but I said it's not. It used to help me, you know, it did used to help me with the sleepwalking and sleep eating, but it doesn't anymore, so I'll be coming off of that. He said hopefully that will be enough to stop the rapid cycling, so we'll give it, you know, a few weeks after I'm completely off the trazodone to see if that makes a difference to my mood. If it doesn't, or if I get lower, they can then add in a mood stabilizer. But the funny thing is, well, it's not funny, but the funny thing is, he said even, he offered to put me back on sodium valproate, and straight away I declined. I said no thank you. I've been on that before. Most of the medications, mood stabilizer wise, are weight gaining. I would like to be put on lamotrigine given the choice, or if there are any other weight neutral drugs, those. And he said he'll put that to the psychiatrist. He said he'll also talk to the psychiatrist about me maybe starting melatonin. But I did tell him that I've been told before melatonin may not work for me, because most sleeping tablets will get me off to sleep. That is an issue without the sleeping tablet, but each one usually gets me off to sleep. It's an hour and a half, 2 hours in. That's when I start waking every so often, and it is often. And he said, we really need to do something about that part of your sleep. And I agreed, though we're not sure what, because obviously I can't be put on, even though they work well, some of them. Nitrazepam was the best sleeping tablet I was ever put on, simply because it did work. It was the only one that would work to get me off to sleep and to keep me in bed until morning most of the time. That one did. The other ones were sort of like temazepam and that, was sort of hit and miss. Sometimes I got a good sleep on it. Most of the time I would still wake up, but I'd sleep better than on Zopiclone, but still crap. So, and they don't like in England to prescribe benzodiazepines. They don't really like to do that because they can be addictive. Yeah, so that's what happened yesterday. Oh my god, that scared the life out of me. Something slipped and I thought it was one of my cats in the room. I was like, how are they getting there? So I've looked up that. I've been writing, so I don't know how much we can get through today. So I've said about that. The nurse prescriber that I saw yesterday, he did say that I'm rather a complex case, not just with the bipolar, but because I've got other things under investigation and stuff at the moment, which complicates treating me. So he said he wants a full health check done, even though I had one done in January. He wants a repeat. He wants fresh urine, fresh bloods, and an ECG, and height, weight, blood pressure, all that sort of stuff he wants done. So, oh no, I actually forgot to mention that. I did call my GP earlier to book in, but I booked in for a separate bloods. Did I even do bloods? Yeah, bloods and ECG, but I completely forgot. completely forgot what. Completely forgot to mention about the height weight thing. But the what's it called? The nurse prescriber said that he'd sent an email to my doctor's surgery requesting all those things. So they hadn't processed that at the time of my calling today. But they said I could book the appointment for the bloods and everything, as in, oh my word, the bloods and the ECG, that's booked in. So, I mean, it wouldn't take another 5 minutes, maybe 6-7 minutes to do the other health bits. But yeah, so that's booked in. That's booked in for the 12th of May. Yeah, so that's that. I also called the other hospital that I'll be attending on Friday the 6th for my oral glucose tolerance tests. And I just explained to them, as I've said to you before, that I haven't received a letter or a map or anything. So I found out the details, exactly how to get there, and sort of whereabouts in the hospital too. What else did I find out? I asked if is there anything I should or shouldn't do in the hours leading up to the test, so like the day before, like should I cut out caffeine? She said there isn't any notes there to say to do that, so don't. But she did say I'm not to eat or drink anything past midnight the night before, so Thursday 11:59 p.m. basically. I can't, that'll be my last sip of water. Yeah, and I'm not to eat or drink anything until that glucose drink. I think they take my bloods first for a baseline, then they'll give me the glucose drink, and then I think they do bloods every hour. Oh, that's what I found out. It isn't a 2-hour test or a 5-hour test like I'd thought it was. What it is it's a test that can last between 2 and 5 hours depending upon what's happening inside at the time, like inside my body at the time. So they'll take the bloods, give me the solution to drink, and then I think they take bloods half hour after that, and then hourly after that. And basically what it is my endocrinologist will have like perimeters that she wants me to reach at certain times. So say an hour in, she wants it to be this level or that level, and so forth. And I basically, the test continues until I reach those perimeters. If I don't reach any of those perimeters within the 5 hours, then they just stop the test at 5 hours because they're not going to put you through hell. So yeah, and then I think after that I'm allowed to eat and drink as normal. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to eat or drink anything at all. They might let me have a bit of water during the testing. Hope so. If not, then I'll like have something to eat and drink after. But I will be so thirsty. I hope it doesn't take the 5 hours. Not if I can't have water, because that will be midnight the night before. By the time I get to the hospital, 8:30 in the morning is when it starts. That's 8.5 hours without a drink. And then if it takes 5 hours, yeah, that's crazy. I don't think I'd be able to hack that too well, actually. I'd probably just start to feel quite dehydrated, a bit ill. But yeah, so that is what's happening with that. So yeah, just having another look. Just to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. I've got so much written down that I'm not going to get through it all today, so I will do another video on Saturday. So that will be a couple of days after the that test. The day after the test. I'm on about a couple of days. The day after. Okay, I'll do that. So what else? I've said all that. I said that. Oh yeah. When I was in, have I said this already? I don't think I have. No, I haven't. When I was in with the nurse prescriber yesterday, he had a little look on the system and saw that I'd, had lots of bloods basically the past 6 months. And he said there were some bloods that had come back sort of 30th of April or something. So no, 30th of March and the 1st of April. Now, I remember I had a blood test. I thought it was on the 1st, but apparently it was the 28th or something of April. So somewhere between that, I've had bloods and urine done. And yeah, he read a few of the levels out to me. The only ones I can remember, because I forgot to write them down, was my IGF-1 growth factor hormone was still high. Moderately high though, not ridiculously high. So I guess that's a slight improvement. But my, what's that say there? I don't know. My sodium is still under 20. It's as in the osmolality urine sodium is under 20, when it should be between 40 and 220. So the last time, other than finding out about under 20 this time, it did actually measure 5. So I am wondering if the health problem I'm about to tell you about now might tie in with what could have caused it, because my Egfr, which is kidney function, was 94 in December last year or January this year. It then went down to, let's make sure I get it right, what did it go down to? What are we on about? EGFR. Okay, so it started off at 96, then it went down to 94, then it went down to 84, then it went down to 76 with my last lot of bloods in March, I think, and now it measures 71. So that is actually concerning, because it's basically, it should be 100 or more. Like if it's a good reading, like kidneys functioning absolutely fine, should be 100 or more. From what I've read, if it's 90 and between 9, like above 90 still, that can mean there's a slight problem, but not too much to worry about. But obviously chronic kidney disease, I've read, can range anywhere. In some things I've read, it says that 60 and under is chronic kidney disease. So I think in the moderate stages. So, and mine's 71. So, I mean, and it's been going down between 5 and 10. Well, it's actually been going down by 10 in most of them. It's only the last blood test, it went down from 76 to 71. That's the smallest drop there has been in a month. So I find that very concerning. So I did call today. If my phone rings, it will be the endocrinologist, so I will have to pick that up. But hopefully it'll be okay. So, where am I? 71. Yeah, so obviously upon finding that information out and seeing that the nurse prescriber was actually worried about that level too, made me more worried. So I called my endocrinologist today and I said, to the secretary, that, I do find that concerning, considering chronic kidney disease, starts at 60 basically, and I'm at 71 already. And I explained how, it's cold, oh no, I missed out on my drink. So I explained to her that it's been going down quite quickly. She agrees it is quite quick. So she said hopefully I will get a call back from her or the endocrinologist today at some point. Now, when the endocrinologist calls me, it's usually after 4, sometimes even after 5 p.m. UK time. Obviously, we're in the UK. So I should hear back, I'm hoping by 5:30. If I haven't, then I might chase it if I haven't heard anything still by tomorrow afternoon, because I'm thinking if I'm having the glucose tolerance test on Friday, then I may as well, if they're able to do it, just take that little blood sample just to see where we're at now. with my, as in like today or Friday even, see where those levels are at, the Egfr, see where we are with that, the kidney function on Friday. If it's gone down any more, that's what I'm going to ask if I can do that, so combine it. Just so much. Do you know, I've only actually got through about half of what I wanted to talk about today. So wow, at least you know what's going on with the kidney bit now. But yeah, so like I said, the nurse prescriber was concerned about that, and that's why he asked for the health check, because of that level being as low as it was. So yeah, but the earliest I could get that for was the 12th. So, and that's still, you know, like over a week away, which given the circumstances is a while off. So especially with it coming down as quickly as it is, like, yeah. So hopefully I hear from my endocrinologist today, or at the latest tomorrow, at some point, because if that's so, then I will do another video about the same time, on a Saturday though, and that will let you know how I got on with my oral glucose tolerance test, and also get through the rest of the stuff that I wrote down. Yeah, so I will see you then. Sorry, I've been talking mostly at you instead of to you all. And I do apologise that where I've been feeling so rough, I haven't actually checked how many views I've had as much this time around. Normally I'd check, you know, a few times a day for comments or likes and things like that, see how the last video did, but I've just been so exhausted, and upon being exhausted as well as that, I've been calling anyone and everyone, like medically and appointments. I think it's just all catching up with me a bit, if I'm honest. So yeah, I will speak to you all on... Oh, I'm not sure what happened there. It went dark. Oh, not sure. Oh, sorry, I'm back again. I will speak to you all on Friday, the 6th of May. Thank you and take care. Bye for now.